So the referees are in trouble. Now the question is in how much trouble? Listen to this. So what Mike...
He said, I missed the stupid hair pull at Chelsea versus Tottenham, which was pathetic from my point of view. I said to Anthony afterwards, I just didn't want to send you to the screen after what has gone on in the game. I didn't want to send him up because he's a mate as well as a referee. And I think I didn't want to send him up because I didn't want any more grief than he had already had. He's obviously talking about Anthony Taylor, the referee, on the day there. Nedum is back with us as well. I think Nedum's face says it all, actually.
Yeah. Things you're not supposed to say out loud. But yeah, I'm not sure about that at all. I think to be saying how he's a mate and how it's affecting the job that you're doing, I think it's a very dangerous thing to do, unless, you know, we've missed the sort of context around it. But it just seems ludicrous. And I remember watching that game in real time and thinking, I've not really seen someone get their hair pulled before, but it kind of feels like an offence. So the fact that they've made the wrong decision and he's trying to protect his friend as well, you know, these guys are supposed to be working together to make the game more fair, not working together to make sure that they don't have to do too much within a match. So I don't love that. I'm sure he's going to have to walk that one back in a few days' time. And I'll be very interested to see what Anthony Taylor says, whether he even pretends to even know this guy, or it's a case of, yeah, he's right, this is the way we do things.
Why has he said this, Stevie?
I can understand it if it's tongue-in-cheek, because he's saying that he missed it on the VAR, right? If he's missed it on the VAR, how can he send Anthony Taylor to the screen if he's missed it, if he's the VAR? That makes sense, doesn't it? He's saying he missed it. So...
what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, exactly. I'd be interested to see the context of how he's saying this. Because if he's saying it tongue-in-cheek,
well, he's
had such a bad day, I don't want to say him
pathetic from my point of view. It seems quite a strong thing to
Well, exactly.
say.
So the statement he makes is kind of... It conflicts a lot of things he said. Because he's told you right off the bat he missed it. That's why I'm saying, how could you send somebody to the VAR to the screen if you've not seen something? So it's kind of all jiggled up here.
It's not great anyway, is it, Ali? Because let's say, at the lesser end...
Let me put it a different way.
OK.
If it's not tongue-in-cheek,
that's what I
and
mean.
he's actually saying it, then it's an absolute joke.
Right.
And he's
so let's go down that one. What if it isn't tongue-in-cheek?
Well, that's a joke. It's an absolute disgrace. We sit here and talk about, you know, the referees make decisions at the time, you know, coming from the right place. It's what they thought at the time. There's no skullduggery. You can trust referees. We're constantly talking about decisions, and I guess I can only talk for myself. I absolutely 100% think referees make decisions at the time on what they see and for no other reason than what they think is the right thing. But now, after hearing, if that's true, then it just tells you that actually there are things that are not quite what they should be.
Because it would be a stupid thing to say tongue-in-cheek, wouldn't it? Oh, he's my mate. It's not really funny, is it, if it's tongue-in-cheek?
No. Well, if I'm looking for comedy, I'm not going to Mike Dean. But it just feeds into the paranoia. It feeds into the hysteria. It feeds into, wait a second. If this guy's behind closed doors because they're friends, now they're colluding to make certain decisions or not make certain decisions because you don't want to put your mate, quote unquote, in a tough position, then it opens up a whole world of conversation that we do not want to go down. We don't want to go down the path of questioning every VAR decision or every time that a VAR official doesn't call the referee over and say, well, are they friends? Are they good buddies? Is this a tough decision for the referee to make? And so therefore, why is this guy not going over? It takes you down a path that is dark and where you're not going to like the answers that you find, because those answers that you find will suggest that there is something behind the game that controls the matches, and it's not just what we see on the field. Don't want to go down that path. I want to still believe that the referees, when they're out on the field and when they are in VAR, they're doing the best that they can under the circumstances, that sometimes they get the call wrong because they're...
Indeed. An incident that we all saw that it should have been cautioned. He decided not to do anything because he felt he is saving his mate. This is dangerous, I'm telling you. This is dangerous territories now we are playing in. We have been fighting every single day, trying to fight, having problems with the VAR. Since the new season started, we are complaining about how the VAR is doing job. We are complaining about how some decisions we are seeing. And this guy is coming out and is telling us that some of the decisions we were questioning about last season, he was helping his mate. How is Howard Webb going to respond to this? How is exactly the referee association going to respond to this? Because this just put this week's officiating under serious threats. If we see a problem, we are noticing that these guys are helping their mates. These are things that you are not supposed to be saying, talking on public. You shouldn't be saying things like this on public. And it's already out there. People have the clips. Everyone knows that the VAR are not making decisions because they are saving their mates. I don't want to lie to you. Referees, it's already been a hard job already. VAR came in to make the situations easier, and it seems like in the Premier League, the referees are still making it so hard. Now, this comes out to the public. I'm telling you, this is going to be scary, the way this whole entire thing is going to set up. The way everything is going to be done, how it's going to be moving on. We are living in scary territories now, scary moments, scary times. I have no idea how even a normal human being can respond to this nonsense, to this craziness. Of course, he was just trying to say to make some situations. Of course, he's a former referee. We are going to ask him of how he was in his time and how the VAR has turned things. But to come out and say things like this, this is not making it hard for the people who are still in the job. This is even making it hard to the people who are actually trying to come in and join in. Now we are looking at people who made, for example, the decision that was made. Decision that we were questioning now become to light. That these guys are friends, they are colleagues, they are helping each other rather than to do proper decisions as the referees, as the VAR. It will make us question every single thing that we never thought we would question under the sun. Now it's crazy. I have no idea. This is going to be exciting. I'll be looking at this and I'll be telling you my thoughts over the situation. But yeah, he has messed it up, man. He has messed it up for the VAR. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think? This is not a dark path that the referees, the officiating referees wanted to get in themselves. We want them to do proper jobs, but we don't want them to be working under this so much pressure. And trust me, every fan base of any club is going to put that pressure. It's going to put that pressure. Exciting times ahead, people, for other people who are watching from outside. But the ones who are in the officiating room, they're in trouble. Crazy times.